Hello, everyone. Nice to see y'all again. My first major takeaway from this week was to prepare. You should spend a lot of time before the rehearsal process, preparing ahead of time so that when you get into your rehearsal process, you can focus more on the challenges of the text and the acting, and the blocking and the directing, all that good jazz. So consider that. Consider all of the things that the challenges that you may encounter before that, so that when you get there, you can address them in a timely and effective manner. Preparing your rehearsal schedule ahead of auditions, planning how you want to do auditions before casting, before the show. Excuse me. Thinking about the show that you're casting, what audition process are you going to use? So for me, I hadn't really considered that. I thought, like it would be more so like an open casting call for this particular show, and that I would just call students in one by one. But after reading some of your discussion boards, I considered like different ways that I could do it. Like, inviting students in and then giving them a number. If it's a lot of people, taking their photos so that you remember everybody. And then calling students in, not just one by one, but as a group of students, and then having them do the readings that way. That way, if you have a lot of people, you see more auditions at once, and then it is more smoother audition process. And then also, I hadn't thought about the way that I would post my cast list, which would be like, one of the first things that you consider, but I hadn't considered that yet. So once again, I am happy to be reading all of these different audition and casting processes, because some of these things I hadn't considered. So I originally was going to just, post a cast list the next day after auditions, and then maybe announce it on my school's morning announcements, afternoon announcements. But now I'm considering sending it out the same day of auditions to reduce stress, because my scholars are high schoolers, and for some of them, this will be their first audition process. So, easing some of that stress ahead of time would probably be smart on my behalf. So I'm considering that. So thank you for that note. Also, organization is key. And so, another thing that I was reading about was the stage management relationship. It was throughout the entire text of all the chapters that we read this week. And your stage management relationship is very important for the organization of the production process. Because you will have to be organizing a lot, yes, but if you teach effective organization to your stage managers as well, then they can help you do that, and then it's not such of a big task for either or. It's a reliable relationship that is balanced, equilibrium. Equilibrium is present in organization as well. And then another takeaway that I considered as I read this week was, how am I going to teach these things to my students at the same time that we are doing them? I want to build a program where, right now my two stage managers, one is a junior, one's a senior, so they will be leaving. But I want to be able to prepare my junior for next year, which is why they are the assistant stage manager this year. So throughout all of this, I've just thought about the communication that I have with my students, and how can I communicate with them effectively so that they learn to prepare in a good way as well, and that they learn to be reliable and to stay organized, and how it's impertinent to theater that we have reliability and organization. So those are my major takeaways this week. I know it was all over the place. My brain works that way, but I hope you saw some key moments that I had and key insights that I had to this week. See you next week.